Well, I am here at Patana with TJ. Pronounce your last name for us.
Maher,
Mar.
TJ Maher.
And I'm pinching myself because I am on the Emerald Isle in Ireland, and what's in a venue that is just absolutely exquisite. I've never seen color used in this way. But you're an artist, so I guess that shouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm a painter, so I suppose it's very led by color. I keep saying this all the time to people. People are always surprised that I talk about color. They refer to the garden in a color way, but of course, when you look at plants, it's a color. So it's then about how you put one color beside another color, the shapes, the forms, to create a bigger. I suppose there's people who say to me as well, I paint with plants. That's what you're doing, really. You're using them to create composition,
Right.
composition with plants and color.
But when we got here, TJ did an intro, and I love the language that you use. I love the way you talk about line, shape, and form, and color echoes, and how color can create a mood, and framing the view. I just love the way you talk about things in very strong design terms that I think apply to a small garden, a large garden, a country garden, an urban garden. It doesn't really matter. These are really strong principles that I think are what makes a garden cohesive and interesting and personal.
Yeah, absolutely. And here as well, even just where I'm looking at the church, connecting this, because your garden is a private space, a private sanctuary, but you're trying to connect it within, I suppose, its environment. So you're connecting it here, like to the landscape, the mountains in the background. So we're cutting our hedges to reflect the shapes of the mountains. We're cutting the grass, um, the meadow around with the lawnmower in curves, and then edging it very sharply, echoing those curves. So it's all curves.
I think you used the word, one of my favorite words, echoing.
Echoing, yeah.
Yeah, you're echoing the contours of the landscape.
Yeah.
You're echoing the same shapes and forms that you see, even down to the verticality of some of the grasses and the spires on the church. It's so organic to the landscape. And I say organic in terms of a sense of place, though you do garden organically here.
We do garden organically, yeah, and it is about sense of place. It's about the garden in context to its surroundings. I was saying this in the book. I said, the garden shouldn't feel like it's dropped out of the sky and it has no relationship to everything around it.
Yes.
So, like, a suburban garden is going to be very different to a garden in the countryside. Because it has different references
Yeah.
to it.
And it's not abrupt. It seems seamless where the
Here.
garden, where the garden segues into the countryside. But if you want to find out everything about Patana, which means in Buddhist, it means
to be present
present
in the moment.
in the moment.
Be present in the moment.
And
That's
let me-
nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's nice, and I love you talk about the spirituality of a garden and how I know on many occasions gardening has saved me. And
Me too, absolutely.
yeah, I think, and it saved a lot of us during COVID, and it made a lot of us keep from, I think, just going mad. And is some of that what you talk about in your book, Grounded in the Garden?
It is. I mean, I have the practical chapters of how to use colour because I'm a painter, how to design borders, embracing nature on my pot display. But in between that, I put a spiritual weave of really how we can learn from being in the environment and in nature. What nature can teach us. Nature has so much to teach us.
Oh, so much. And,
About letting go and change and just living in the moment and
and
not holding on.
humility.
Absolutely, yeah.
and
Absolutely.
yeah, and
Yeah.
humility. So you do talk about that in your book.
Yeah, in a spiritual way, between the chapters, I have little reflections. I call them reflections.
Reflections, yes.
So they're spiritual.
Yes,
thoughts.
yes. Well, it's
How we can learn.
well, it's just such a lovely, it's such a lovely venue, and you are open to the public. So if people come to Ireland and they want to see this public with private garden that is open to the public, I should say.
Yeah.
How do they go about doing that? They can go to your website.
They can go to our website, patanagardenIreland.com. You have to put in the Ireland because there's one in India.
Okay.
But we open at the moment. We open every Friday and Sunday to the public. But for tours, for groups, we open whenever
Okay.
suits the tour and what suits us.
Yeah, and we will
So-
definitely put the link to your
Okay.
website. We will put a link to your book. Sadly, you will not get a signed copy like I have. I have a signed copy, which
You have your
just
signed copy.
yeah thrills me no end. And what is so interesting to me is you said that you contacted me a couple of years ago.
Yeah, years ago we spoke.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. So it's also gardens are just a wonderful way to make fabulous
Absolutely.
connections.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Come up
Yeah.
I sent you a message, you messaged me back. And I think I said, if you ever come to Ireland, make sure you visit. And then today you just walked in the door and I thought, that's Linda.
I know her. Yeah, yeah.
So that was lovely. It's
well,
lovely to
it's
meet
nice. It's and the fact that we can converse across the pond, via Instagram and images, but gardening as a form of connection is just.
It connects us all in nature.
It
We
does.
have that in common. Our love of wildlife and creatures and plants. We have that in common. It binds us together.
Yeah, it's a very visceral thing.
It is. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, if
Beautiful
you
thing.
are ever in Ireland, you simply must come to Patana and see it and experience it. It's a very, very sensual thing that you will not regret.
Sure where everyone's from. I know some from America. Is everyone from America?
Yeah.
Oh, you're all from America.
Except Hans.
We spoke on the phone. Folks, you're very, very welcome to West Wicklow. You've been in 2 big gardens already today, which are kind of, are they state-owned gardens really? They're big, big, big gardens. This is home. This is our private garden. Myself and my partner Simon, who's doing all your baking today. So this is a domestic garden. This is home. It's very different to a state-run garden. So that's our house actually in there. That's the. So I'm going to give you a general little feel of the whole place, and then we're going to have tea straight away. Is that okay? Yes. And then afterwards you can all ramble around, and I'll mingle with you all. How's that? Okay. So that's the original garden in there, and the house. It's a third of an acre, so very small, high maintenance garden. We have box balls in it. The poor things with box blight and everything. Shapes of the mountains in the background, and keep the meadow behind. And you see the meadow is all cut in curves. We're cutting the hedgerow in lines and curves, echoing the lines of the church, the hills of the mountains, the curves of the mountains.
So many of the, what was all of the plants that were there? The hydrangeas. Yeah. Those are like, those are gone 3 months ago in Louisiana where I was at.
Oh yeah, no, they're.
But
Oh lordy.
because we started there.
Okay, so my camera's doing some things that I must have upgraded or something.
Is it doing good things?
No, I just don't, or things I haven't noticed. It seems to be fine.